better. Much more better, eh? Give y'all a minute to get up in here. Marcy T is in the building, I believe. It's showing me zero in the chat, so even though she said hi, it's showing me zero in the chat. So who knows, huh? Who knows? How y'all doing? Please hit that like button when you get up in here. We will get into it soon. Marcy, I don't know. I don't know who's in here. I don't know who's not. It is what it is at this point. I'm used to the. I'm used to it. Excuse me. Pardon me. Showing three. Hey, Marcy, how you doing? How's it going? How's it going? We're gonna get into it in a minute. Um, Look, you know, this type of content that I'm about to get into right now, man, is very important because point that out. What about now? Can you guys hear me? Oh, shit. Can you hear me? Check. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hold on. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hold on. Oh. Well, what did y'all hear? Because I said a lot. I said a mouthful. What I'm saying is, our true enemy is working diligently to strip everyone of their rights. Not just the right to keep and bear arms, but our right to free speech, our right to free association, right? Our right to privacy, our right to be secure in our persons, papers, houses, and effects. They want to eradicate all that because they are keen on achieving this New World Order or this great reset where everyone owns nothing and is happy. The Klaus Schwabs and the World Economic Forum and all the individuals that belong to that, including Mehmet Oz. You got this dog and pony show in the Congress where they're acting like they're having these hearings about whether or not they're going to pass this omnibus bill, which is 8 gun control bills rolled into one. And then, when really they're working on something in the Senate that is basically red flag laws. They have this team, this bipartisan team in the Senate. They're working on red flag laws that they feel is more palatable. They feel that would be more palatable to conservatives and all that other shit, because that's who you have to win over, right? And I'm not talking about the conservatives in the Senate. I'm talking about people like him. They have to win these people over. If you see my cursor. And him and other conservatives who believe in law and order. So these people believe in law and order, and they might act like it now, right? They might act like, well, you know what? I don't believe in red flag laws. We shouldn't do that. But when Trump said, I like take the guns first, due process second, these people did not speak out against that. People like him, people like ABL, people like the Hodge twins and all these other conservatives who, as a matter of fact, I called in the ABL show, Anthony Brian Logan's show, and asked him about that. I said, so what do you think about Donald Trump talking about, I like take the guns first, due process second? He acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. And then he banned bump stocks, right? He took an executive order action. Oh, shit. He took an executive action to ban bump stocks. Lulu was good. So, I mean, listen. Anyway, these are the people that they have to convince, right? These conservatives. And even those individuals, those moderates that were on the left, that are now jumping ship from the Democratic Party and going over to the Republican Party, they have to convince them. Because a lot of those people, they're not jumping ship because of gun control. They're jumping ship because of, the economy, inflation, all that type of shit. So they're jumping ship because of that. They feel like conservatives will be a lot better to deal with. They don't really, at the end of the day, those moderates, they don't really care more or less what they do about gun control, right? But they can be swayed emotionally when these mass shootings happen. But people like him, Brandon Tatum, ABL, and all the Hodge twins, they're not going to be swayed by that to implement extended background checks, to implement assault weapons bans. They're not going to be swayed to implement raising the age from 18. They're not going to be swayed by that. But what they could be swayed to accept, much like Dan Crenshaw, he's on this campaign to push red flag laws. They can be swayed to accept red flag laws because they feel like, well, I am a law. No one's ever going to look at me as if I'm a threat. to myself and others. I don't know what's up with this mic, man. Shit keep fucking moving. Yo, let me know. Does it sound good? So anyway, they might be people like him might be swayed to accept red flag laws. I don't accept any form of gun control, period, whatsoever, for whatever reason. I don't care, because we know firearms are used up to 2 million times a year to save lives. Okay, up to from 500,000 to 200,000 to 2 million per year. And most of the time, all they have to do is brandish the weapon, and then it stops the crime. Now, they say 45,000 individuals die from the use of firearms each year. Most of those are suicide. But anyway, which is why I don't understand this obsession with race among people like Brandon Tatum, ABL, the Hodge twins, and all those people like that. They tell you, oh, racism isn't an issue. They'll talk about people race baiting and bringing up race all the time, but they have no problem bringing up race and throwing it in their titles and saying shit about black people like he's about to say in this video. And also the Hodge twins, because those are two perfect examples. These people act like, black people be tripping about race. Oh, you guys are blowing shit out of proportion. There's no this, there's no that. But they don't want to come. They don't want to go too much into the manifesto of the Buffalo shooter. They don't want to do that, right? But with every opportunity that they get, they will use this to shine whatever type of light, some negative light on black people, that any chance they get. And I completely don't understand it. When they understand that people, the elites and people in government, they don't care about your fucking race. At the end of the day, they don't care about your race. Now, will they push oppression onto one group more than the other? Yes. But at the end of the day, they want to oppress everyone. They want to strip everyone of their rights. Not just black people, not just white people, not just that color, not just everybody who's not part of the elite class. Everyone who's not part of the oligarchy, that's not part of the corporate welfare state, they want to oppress everyone, and they will create division using people like him, using people like Brandon Tatum, using people like the Hodge twins to completely polarize regular people in this country, to polarize regular folk, the people that need to stand up and resist, right? Because when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. Right now, we have many injustices that are law that we have the duty to resist. But because of people like him, it cannot go forward, because he is going to he's helping create this division. You think many people think it's people like the Amazing Lucas, right? And I don't like the Amazing Lucas. He threatened my children. Fuck the Amazing Lucas. But at the end of the day, it's not him who's creating division. He is not solely. Now, he helps with that because he didn't went so far out of his fucking mind, because he has so much animosity and such vengeful hatred for the conservative community, that he is helping create that division. But people like him too. Because why is it necessary? Black people, please stop lying. We're going to get into this video, and I'm going to show you why this guy is retarded, okay? I'm sorry I had to say it. Black Spring Autumn was good. How you doing? On contrary, I was raised around all whites, and I was born in Chicago. These whites were extraordinary racists. No, I'm sure. There's definitely white... Listen, there's a lot of racists in this country. There is. But that racism is aided and abetted and perpetuated by the elite class because they want us fighting amongst each other. I recognize that. But at the same time, I'm not going to go out of my way to shit on black people to appease white folks. Anybody that knows me, knows my channel, knows that I am not a panderer. So that's just a little context and gives you an idea of why I'm talking about this. Because when I did the video on him, I debunked his bullshit narrative that the police were not cowards in Uvalde. Some of the people came in the comment section, they were mad because they said I was attacking him or some shit. No, I wasn't attacking him. I was attacking his ideas. I never said anything personally about this man. I never said anything about his face. You know what I'm saying? I never talked about none of that. I talked about his ideas. You just agree with him and don't like that I attacked his ideas, so you got mad because I had a lead up, because I was giving you a little bit of history of this individual before I got into what he was talking about, particularly his history of defending the police no matter what they do. If you don't like that, I don't give a hot fuck, you can skate. If you don't like that, I am using him and I'm impeaching him because this man right here has a huge influence, and unfortunately, a lot of things that he does can create certain waves, right? Like the butterfly effect. A butterfly effect. So I'm gonna talk about him however the fuck I want to talk about him. But again, I don't talk about it personally. I talk about the clown shoot Lucas personally because he threatened my children, and then when I called his ass out to fight because we both lived in LA, his podcast never showed up. But that's a different story, right? Anyway, Lulu says, I believe all the big YouTube channels work for the alphabet agencies. They do. You know, some of these people don't need to work directly for the alphabet agency. All they have to do is have their head inflated by their numbers, the viewing numbers and the large subscriber count. And they can just take it from there. A lot of these people that people feel are agents, they don't have to be direct agents. All they have to do is be allowed some influence because they're saying the right things. So I don't think B. Tatum is an agent or something like that. I think he's just who he is, you know, a panderer who wants to keep his subscriber count high. Nick Landmore was good. Your channel is growing at lightning speed. Oh, that's what's up. I gotta check your channel out. What kind of content do you do, First Sergeant Dobie? You dig? Also amongst the revolutionaries, and most importantly, I am of the Three Kings. Okay. No, Lucas did not threaten me, First Sergeant. He threatened my children. So this is what he did. He got mad because I said some shit in a super chat when he was talking about January 6th. That January 6th had just happened. And he was talking about how it was an insurgency or whatever, insurrection, and it wasn't a fucking insurrection. We were going into the people at January 6th were going into the building that they pay taxes to maintain. It's their building. They own the shit. So I said, anybody that thinks that this is trespassing is a slave because we pay for this building from taxpayer money. We own this, and the people in this building, this Congress people, are our employees. So he thought I was talking about him when I was talking about anybody in the comment section that was thinking that. And so he started going off on me. I said, look, number one, I called his ass out because he acts like a tough guy on his live streams. And I said, look, if I were you, I'd keep the same energy with people that I would keep in their face. Basically saying, don't say some shit to me on your live stream that you wouldn't say in my face. And he proceeded to threaten my children. He didn't threaten me, he threatened my children and said he would have my child slap me. So he didn't ever even threaten me directly. What he did was threaten my children. And so when I said, okay, well, and he said, oh, I know where you do your live streams. I know where you be at. And all that. I said, okay, cool. You know where I be at. You know I'm at the stairs on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. That's why I was going hard in the paint at the stairs, the Culver City stairs. And so he's like, "Oh, well, you think I'm stupid? I'm gonna come out there and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah, you're stupid enough to threaten somebody's children on a live stream. So yeah, I think you're stupid." But he had me blocked and deleted, so I couldn't even get that out. And so from that point, I was making whenever I do a live stream at the stairs. Before I got to the stairs, I would say, "Look, I'm on my way to the stairs. So if the clown shoe Lucas wants to meet me up here, and we can get down. I brought extra boxing gloves. You know what I'm saying? I said you can bring a mouthpiece. We can do some sparring. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't feel threatened that I might try to hurt you too bad. We can put some gloves on, and we can get the mouthpiece in, and we can go a few rounds." His ass never showed up. And I know he watches my live streams, or at least I knew he watched my live streams because he said he watched some of my live streams and saw my kids and all this, because sometimes I'd have the kids in the van while I'm doing my live stream. So I called his monkey ass out multiple times for a year and a half, damn near. Was it a year and a half? No, it wasn't a full year yet. For almost a full year, I called him out. Never showed up. So, dude ain't tough. B says this dude B Tatum is a clown. He is. I agree. And just his views, his inconsistencies. Oh, you're a queen? Oh, that's what's up. Is that the name of your channel? I Am a Queen? Y'all check out First Sergeant Dobie's channel. Be amazed, my content is lit. And of the Master Chiefs. Are you an Amazing Lucas subscriber? That's unfortunate. When mofos involve your children, I understand this happened to me as well, per another lower density content creator. You work with who's Revolut? Is that another content creator? You're gonna have to here's my email address. You're gonna have to email me, First Sergeant Dobie. And anybody that wants to email me, you guys can go ahead and email me. There it is. Oh, your channel is First Sergeant Dobie. Okay. Buck Nasty says, "Yo, Mouse went on live yesterday, all jacked up in the hospital, looking for sympathy from his channel followers." Damn. Oh, good. He's in the hospital. Good for him. What happened to him? Did he get hurt pretty bad? Sharky Rich says, "Can someone post any video of white racists? Where are all these video of white racists? Have you heard of the Tops shooting in Buffalo? That motherfucker was racist. Did you see the manifesto? Oh, okay. Sharky Rich, listen, man. There are plenty of videos of racist white motherfuckers. Matter of fact, there's one video, and do your own fucking due diligence. You can go and look up the video of the black man who got called the N-word at an Applebee's in South Carolina, got smacked 17 times. So there are videos out there. Okay? All right, buddy. There you go. I'll be a claim victim turned out to be hoaxes. Oh. I would go ask that white man that got smacked 17 times if that was a hoax. And I would go ask the shooter in Buffalo if that's a hoax. Which, that could be, how I feel about government and mainstream media. I'm a moron? Cool, man. I'm an idiot. Here, let me put that up there. YouTube held those comments for review, but I love free speech, so I'm going to go ahead and show them. Sharky Rich. Moron. See, I told him to go look up a video of the white man getting smacked 17 times for calling the black man the N-word, and he called me an idiot. That lets you know right there what's up. I work with revolutionary men like the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. Ooh. I like Fred Hampton. I met Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. Grandmaster Jay, he's in a lot of trouble right now. I subbed you and we'll check out your channel. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna show this video. Look, none of this race baiting.
This video is brought to you by the Officer Tatum store.
None of this race baiting. This is race baiting right here. He calls out race baiting, but he constantly race baits. Black people, please stop lying. And I'm going to tell you how he's aware of his intellectual dishonesty.
For the Officer Tatum store, get the merch link in the description section. Get you a brand new hat. We have Fathers Matter hats. In our inventory. You better get it now because they're selling out like hotcakes. Our shirts are coming back. We're going to reload the Fathers Matter shirts. If you haven't seen it, go on the website. Look it up for yourself. We got a whole bunch of cool merch on there. Y'all got to go check it out. Links in the description section. Like I said, like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to my channel. Like this video. Comment on this video. Share this video. Let's get into this. Now, I want to jump straight to the meat and potatoes of what I'm talking about. Shout out to U.S. Police Daily for pushing this information out here. Now, remember I made the video about the black lady who was shot, pregnant, all this other stuff, and they were going around saying they killed her.
Now, let me say this. There's nothing wrong with saying the victim is black, the victim is white, the attacker is white, the attacker is black. Nothing wrong with that. But this is what I have an issue with. And again, I believe in free speech, and he can say whatever the fuck he want to say. But I am going to I'm going to have a retort for that ass.
She didn't die. She lived. And now she's being charged with unlawful possession of a firearm, unlawful use of a weapon, and the misdemeanor of resisting a lawful detention. This is why you can't trust black folks sometimes. Witnesses say.
You see that fallacy he just committed? The broad generalization. This is why you can't trust black people sometimes.
Can't trust black folks sometimes. Misdemeanor of resisting a lawful detention. This is why you can't trust black folks sometimes.
Do you know what this fallacy is stating? Basically that it's inherent of black people to be untrustworthy. As though white people can't be untrustworthy, as if Hispanics can't be untrustworthy, as if Asian people can't be untrustworthy. I would feel better. My feelings don't fucking matter, right? But the reason I feel better is because this would be factual if he said, this is why you can't trust people sometimes. Why black people? Because only black people lie, only black people embellish, only black people add extras?
Witnesses said that Missouri cops shot an unarmed pregnant woman 5 times. Unarmed pregnant woman 5 times. Y'all remember? Some of y'all messaged me. Big Tatum, why don't you talk about this? Cops always out here just doing stuff to people for no reason. You sent me the message, you know.
Hold on. I got to show his face.
I said.
Hold on. I got to move myself over here.
A cop shooting a woman unarmed 5, 6 times. Let me go look at the information. The police already made a statement that she had a gun. Here's the video. For all you black people that posted this on your...
All you black people. All you black people. You see what he's doing here? He has to get... Now this is just speculation. This is just conjecture. This is not anything factual. I don't know anything about this. What I feel like is his people turned on him a little bit because he is protecting and defending cowardly police officers in Uvalde. And so now he has to get his white conservative base back on his side. So he has to say, you black people, you this, you that you do. He has to go the extra mile to pander. This is what I feel is the case, okay? So, again, you black people can't trust black people. These are logical fallacies that do, and a logical fallacy is it is the opposite of logic, right? It's basically just you throwing shit out there. There's no basis in fact. Like broad generalizations, like you black people and black people can't be trusted. As that would imply that that's something inherent in black people, or that it's something exclusive to black people, when it's not, right? Everyone lies. Everyone has the propensity to lie. All that type of shit. So I'm just pointing that out, and he's doing this as an individual who likes to call out people for race baiting and always using race to push an agenda or a narrative.
Page, and you white social justice virtue signalers that posted on your page.
Now, you see what he did? He threw in white liberal virtue signalers, and that's the only time he mentions white people. He didn't call white people liars, though. He didn't say you white people, you white liberals are untrustworthy. No, that is something that he leaves to black people, okay?
On your page, and you white social justice virtue signalers.
White social justice first virtue signalers. They're not untrustworthy. They're not liars. But it always comes around to the black folks being the problem. The general problem, and this is the problem, right? People like him are why, let's say the left-right paradigm is real. And it was of the utmost importance for black people to become Republicans for their better interest. You throw somebody like this out here, a black conservative who uses this type of language, right? And people like me, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. I'm not going to let individuals like him, if I feel like becoming a Republican is the best thing for me, to vote Republican is the best thing for me in my life, he's not going to stop me. His language, his rhetoric, is not going to stop me. But the reality is, a lot of people are sensitive. A lot of people are going to, their decision is going to hinge on what you put out there to attract to that party. And this is why they're having such a hard time. Even now, with Joe Biden being such a piece of shit, and more black people than ever joining the Republican Party and wanting to become Republican, this is why Joe Biden won, right? If you believe in this shit, right? This is why Joe Biden won, but so many states went Republican. You understand what I'm saying? So many houses in the states flipped red, but they voted red locally and statewide, but went Democrat.
They posted on your page
For the presidency. And even though y'all know how I feel about voting, the shit is retarded. I don't understand. I understand why people want to vote, because this is something that's been hammered in their brain since they were kids. Black people died for the right to vote, women, all this other shit. But this is why. This is why Trump didn't win. Well, not the only reason. One of the reasons why Trump didn't win, but so many state houses and senates went red, right?
Cops out here killing pregnant black women. First of all, she didn't die. Second of all, you see that big old gun in her hand? It's pointing?
If you don't understand how you're under attack by intelligence agencies that are hell-bent on dividing the whole country and ushering the New World Government. Now, Sharky Rich, that's what I was talking about when I first started this live stream. That is the very thing I was talking about when I started this live stream. I said that they are hell-bent on dividing us. I said they're working diligently to divide us. And the true enemy is working on stripping us of all our rights and culling us and turning us into mindless victims who are susceptible and become slaves. I said that. But it's not me who would be the first victim? It's him. Because he decides to put this trash out here to lambast and put down an entire culture of black people. Not me. Sharky Rich, you got life fucked up. That's just you late. These are the very things I said. I said that they are pushing division among everyone in the country, and I feel like we should put that shit aside. I know that we need to stop race baiting and focusing so much on race when our true enemy is coming after all of us and oppressing all of us. But people like him who say they believe the same thing are putting out this bullshit. Maybe you don't understand that, and that's okay. Sharky Rich is probably a troll, but it's all good. It's all good, man. You know, I believe in free speech. Sharky Rich can say whatever he wants. It's all good. The guy had the FBI with him the whole time. Who are you talking about, Sharky Rich? You talking about the shooter in Tops in Buffalo? So, okay, so let's say he was being groomed to be racist and kill a bunch of black people and put it in the manifesto. Does that preclude him from being racist because he was taught to be racist by the FBI? What that would tell me is that the FBI is racist as an institution and wanted this white man to kill a bunch of black people for whatever agenda, whether it be to continue to divide or whatever the case may be. Anyway, white liberals are the most hated group on the planet. You're so lost. Are they? They run the planet, so I don't understand how you would get that. They run the planet. It doesn't matter who's the most hated group on the planet. What matters is who is controlling the planet, who is controlling the resources, who's controlling the money, who's controlling the influence, who has the influence. Doesn't matter who's most hated. That emotional shit, that's just emotional bullshit. That's emotion. They don't give a fuck if you hate them. White liberals do not care if you hate them. They do not care. Believe that to retrieve that.
In this way, she running with a gun.
So anyway, he acknowledges, white liberals, they're putting out this
and
bullshit.
People out here believing
about a black woman unarmed and pregnant with their hands up. He would have you believe that only black people are doing this. But he threw the white liberals in there real quick. But he didn't put black people and white liberals.
Fake news media.
And if you were so concerned about race baiting and bringing race and everything, you wouldn't put that black people. You would put people be lying. People stop lying. Sheep stop lying. Something.
She told the media that the lady was pregnant and that the lady didn't have a gun. She was unarmed and gunned down for no reason with her hands up. The witness said she had her hands up. She got a gun. Black people. If y'all don't stop doing this mess, and don't get mad at me because I'm talking about black people, because I don't see no other race doing this.
He don't see no other race doing this, even though he just called out white liberals for doing it. He just called out white liberals for doing this shit. But ain't nobody but black people doing this. This is that bullshit. This guy is full of shit. He's a liar. And he's a panderer. And this is why we won't have any progress. Not just as black people, but as people, period. Because this is the type of shit that's going to perpetuate the division. Not what I'm doing. I'm pointing out the hypocrisy. And I'm trying to say, stop focusing.
I have yet to see a white.
Why are we doing this? When we're supposed to be coming together as a people to stop tyranny. But here you are, and he can do whatever he wants. It's his channel. It's a free world. I'm just saying I have the right to call out the bullshit. You just told us about white liberals doing the same shit. What do you say? Where do you say that?
She told the media that the lady was virtue signalers. They posted this on your page. And you white social justice virtue signalers.
White virtue justice, justice warrior virtue signaler, whatever the fuck you said.
She had her hands up. She got a gun. Black people, black people, black people.
But you just called out some white social justice warrior virtue signalers. And then he says
y'all
this.
Don't stop doing this mess, and don't get mad at me because I'm talking about black people, because I don't see no other race doing this. I have yet to.
He has yet to see any other race than black twist a story around, create a false narrative, say some bullshit to be pushed on social media. So I guess the owner of CNN is black. I guess the owner of ABC is black. I guess the owner of MSNBC is black. I guess the owners of all these other news organizations and all that are black. Only black people lie. Only black people hoax. Even though a fucking Asian, let's not go there.
To see a white person or white people enraged about an unlawful police shooting come out on television like they did with Michael Brown and say he had his hands up, don't shoot. This lady done came out.
But plenty of white people said that. Plenty of white people said that Mike Brown came out with his hands up, don't shoot. White people said that. Black people said that. What's his name? George Floyd. White people, black people, Asian people, people of all races who felt like those were unjust shootings did the same shit. It wasn't just black people. So this is the type of shit. He is a detriment to the movement. He's the freedom movement. This guy is a bad shiner. A law and order loving, pandering, bad shiner, and he is not for the freedom cause. The freedom cause, the freedom for everyone cause. Do not look to him. This is my suggestion. I'm not telling y'all what to do. Do not look to him to head up any freedom movement because he's not going to. He's too busy pandering to his white conservative base and collecting paychecks, which I ain't mad at. But leave him where he at. Don't expect him to make any sacrifices or any moves to help get you to freedom, because he's not going to do it. Because this is what he's going to do. He is going to completely excise an entire group of people from any level of credibility. He's excising people based on his retarded worldview that black people, only black people, say that victims of police terrorism are doing something that they're not actually doing. Only black people do this.
It said cops shot her for no reason, sharing this stuff on social media, said she was pregnant.
Only black people do this. But he just called out white, what do you call them? White conservative, white liberal virtue signalers. He just called them out. But only black people do it. This guy has zero credibility. Zero. Even though he's telling you the truth, right? She has a gun. The witness, either the witness lied or she misconstrued what happened. Because not every victim is going to, witness are going to be credible. Sometimes shit's happening so fast. Maybe she didn't see the gun. See all this black shit right here? The black wrought iron fence? Maybe it kind of looks like it's blending into the background. Maybe that's what she saw. I have no idea. I have no idea if the woman was lying or making a mistake. But because a woman said that she had her hands up, didn't have a gun, and yes, people do jump into shit without doing any vetting, without doing any research. They'll put the narrative out there and they'll run with it. But it's not just black people doing this. It's not just black people doing this. See what I'm talking about. Lou said I'm never voting again. Jay Great was good. He threatened to shoot up his school, and that is when the feds made first contact. Sharky Rich, what does that have to do with anything? Are you talking about the Buffalo shooter? Look, the FBI has contacted many mass shooters before the shooting happened. What does that mean? The FBI, first of all, FBI, they're not the people to go to make fast, quick arrests and all that other shit. They like to let shit build up. They will build a case against you for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years while you're committing crime that they know you're committing crimes. The FBI will sit up there and let you murder 80 million people. And they'll let you commit millions of crimes. And they'll let you run a racket. They'll let you, you know what I'm saying? They'll let you build up a RICO predicate before they even arrest you. Because when they go in front of a court, they want to be 99% successful, which they are. They're in the 95 percentile in terms of success when it comes to prosecuting criminals, because they take long, meticulous time to build a case. And they'll have all kind of witnesses. They'll have all kind of informants. They'll have people wearing wires. The surveillance, the parabolics. They'll have all that shit lined up on you by the time they're ready to arrest you. The FBI they're not the police. So if the FBI got a contact with this dude, and at the end of the day, you saying you're going to shoot up a school, what can they arrest you for? For just saying it, right? They can't arrest you for just saying it. What they have to do is they have to follow you around. They have to tell you. They have to see what you're doing, see what you're buying. They have to see what activities you're getting into. And if they follow you for a certain amount of time and you ain't doing shit to them, they'll back off because they have other shit to do. And they'll lose interest in you, and then you'll end up committing a crime. It has happened many a times. That none of this shit means that the dude wasn't racist. I don't understand why you're saying that. It's important to have name-calling arguments. He tough enough to not take it personally. I don't know what you mean. If you don't understand what is going on in the world, then you're an idiot for real. My brain don't work. Okay. You'll never vote again? That's what's up, Lulu. Exactly. They don't give a fuck what color we are. He threatened to shoot. Okay. If you look at the comments of Tatum videos, you will see I attack him when he's full of shit as well. So what's your point? And then tell me more about white racists. Get your shit together. I like you, but we have to call it dumb shit. You haven't called out anything. You called out nothing. Nothing you said in here is logical or makes any sense. Nothing. Ad hominems like moron and all that type of shit. None of that is productive. You're not proving anything. You're just saying shit over. You're just saying shit. Did you hear about the kid when they coaching to shoot his school and the kid tried to talk to the Fed agent about, out of doing it? I didn't hear about that. And who are you talking about? See, you're writing a lot of shit, but you're not being specific. Which, because there are multiple shootings. Are you talking about the Tops supermarket? Because he wasn't a kid. These guys are not kids. These guys, they're grown men. They have to take the guns and keep us fighting each other. I know that. I know. That's why I'm pointing this out. I'm pointing this out because that's what they're doing, and he's helping them. He's helping them create division and perpetuate division. If you don't understand that in your mind, I don't know what to tell you.
Pregnant. There ain't no indication that this woman was pregnant.
Jay Gray says, after looking at this picture, She had a gun in her hand. She obviously dropped it. The witnesses said she had her hands up and was walking backwards toward the cops. Jay Gray, I haven't looked too much into this incident. I just found out about it, but my focus was on this. But I'm going to look further into this because it does look like she's about to drop that weapon. And if she had time to drop the weapon, raise her hands and walk backwards, why did she get shot? And maybe that's when the lady said that she had her hands up. Let me tell you about B. Tatum. He'll lie, okay? He'll lie about certain facts. He'll omit certain facts. I've proven that time and time again. He is intellectually dishonest with his audience. So I believe it, Jay Gray. I believe that could be a possibility. You know, because he has to push a narrative. And he'll lie and omit to do so. So, you know, hey, you might be right, my friend.
Pregnant. And then when you look at the media, nobody said she was pregnant. It couldn't verify it. The woman who was recording, she was the only one that said she was pregnant. She told the world that this woman, she should go to jail. They should take her to jail.
Do you see what this is a so-called freedom lover. He's calling for a woman to go to jail for saying that another woman was pregnant. And she might not be pregnant. She may be pregnant. She might not be. If she's not pregnant and the woman thought she was pregnant, maybe she thought she was pregnant because she got a little goody goo, a fupa. Who knows? So this guy, the witness committed 0 crimes. But he's calling for her to be arrested because she said that she was pregnant. Whether it's true or not, that is not something that caused harm to anybody. But this is the shit he's pushing.
For being out here passing out misinformation.
You see, the same cat that is calling out the left for calling for people to be arrested for misinformation is doing the same thing. This guy right here is worse than a liberal, a libtard, as you would say. Not a real liberal, a libtard. Because real liberals are real liberals. Y'all know what real liberals are. If you know what a real liberal are, you know what a real liberal is. You know what a real liberal is. This guy is worse than a libtard because you are all up in arms about them attacking your free speech and coming up with a misinformation board, right? And calling for people to be arrested for saying shit, and you want to have a person arrested for misinformation because she said a woman was pregnant, that this has no bearing on changing anybody's life whatsoever. If I say, oh, this soda's pregnant, that doesn't mean, so should I be arrested if anybody lies, just period, they should be arrested. That's what he's calling for. If I say my nose is purple, you know damn well my nose ain't purple, I should be arrested for saying my nose is purple. The witness saying that she was pregnant has no bearing whatsoever on the case because the police know the truth. She knows the truth. No one was misled in an official capacity by a woman saying that she was pregnant at all. So I don't understand what is he saying right now.
It should be a law creating outrage. People are protesting.
Gaming would stand. It could be MK Ultra. I have no idea. I don't know whether it's MK Ultra or not. But Sharky Rich says, "Look, dude, you will get nowhere if you are going to call white people. When did I call white people racist? Until you brought up the racist shit. I did not. My focus was on this, on him. You brought up the white racist shit. You asked me where the white racists are. I gave you a couple of examples. And there's no proof that it was MK Ultra. It could have been MK Ultra. And the reason they were able to plant the seed in his brain is because he's racist. So if they're able to maybe easily manipulate somebody who's already racist into killing a bunch of black people because he's racist, MK Ultra would do that. So even if he was MK Ultra, doesn't mean that he's not racist. There's logical fallacy. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that he's not racist because he could have been MK Ultra? Because those two things they're mutually exclusive. Like they don't one
Outrage on social media.
Exclude the other. Lulu said 100 all these shoes are MK Ultra. They could be. I don't know. Anyway.
Because this girl completely lied. And only black people do stuff like this. I ain't not one time seen white people protesting over a white man with a gun in his hand shooting at the police.
What? But white people protest when black people get killed by the police. And B. Tatum, given your track record, I'm going to have to look further into this because I just can't trust what you're saying right now. That she...
Why are
if she was able to drop this weapon, have her hands up, and walk backwards toward the police and still get shot, that's a problem. But you're saying that white people don't protest other white people get shot by the police? That's not true. It's not true at all. I know one white man who protested it to a degree. He had a problem with it. Brian from High Impact Flicks. I've had a problem with Daniel Shaver. People protested that to a degree. It's you know what I'm saying. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But white people have protested black people getting killed by the police. But only black people do it. This dude's a fucking liar. Period.
People involved in this. We were just talking about this. I was on a show, Fox Soul, with a bunch of black people talking about Black Lives Matter. And as soon as you bring up accountability for black people, it's like we can't have a conversation. You know,
what I'm interested in is accountability for everyone, but most particularly the government. There needs to be more accountability for the government and the police, and that encompasses black people, white people, Hispanic people, because all people of all races are in these organizations. So there needs to be accountability on their part. There needs to be accountability amongst the police departments. There needs to be accountability among the government. You believe, so you say that there needs to be accountability of the government, but when they have these jackbooted thugs that you will go to no ends of the earth or to great ends of you go to ends of the universe to defend the jackbooted thugs that enforce government policy that you don't agree with and that you feel is a detriment to freedom and constitutionality. You, my friend, are the problem. Period. Lulu says, I think racism was set back to pre-50s when Obama was elected. Who knows, man? Racism will always continue to exist, point blank, period. It won't go away because people have this, it just is what it is. Different cultures, it just is what it is. People have different cultures, different points of view, all that type of shit. People will have these negative stereotypes about another race in their mind. That's just what it is. That's the reality of it. That's the reality I have accepted. But another reality I have accepted is the fact that I might be racist toward white people might be racist toward me. But the real problem is the elite class that is controlling the government and have them oppress us. So my focus is on them. I'm not worried about the next white man. Unless that white man transgresses upon me, I'm not concerned about a swastika. I'm not concerned about a Confederate flag. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm concerned about what the government is doing to oppress us and strip us of our rights. That's what I'm concerned about. If we can deal with that enemy first, and then we can focus on the different cultures and how can we coexist, how can we respect each other's differences and all that other shit, and not go as far as to commit crimes against other people because you don't like the color of their skin or you don't like their culture. That we need to focus on. We need to step back and say, look, man, it is what it is. We are of different races. We have different points of view. But right now, what we should be focusing on is obtaining our freedom, and then we can focus on that shit. But I'm done with this guy. He's a liar, straight up liar. There's no two ways about it. No two ways about it. I can't. There's nothing else I can say about it. These guys are a little different, right? They don't lie like B. Tatum. You understand what I'm saying? And the biggest thing about these two is they're self-aware. They are self-aware. They know what's up. B. Tatum, not so much. These two are self-aware. They know. They know where they at. And they're not as divisive, I'll say, but they're pretty divisive. They don't go as hard in the paint to pander as B. Tatum does, but they go hard enough. But they are self-aware, and I'm going to point out that self-awareness. Marcy was good. Marcy says, it's mind control agent doing all this. Don't hate your brothers and sisters, please. This is why they do this crap, so we can kill. Exactly, Marcy T. And people like this and B. Tatum, they're going to perpetuate that because they keep it up, right? They're playing that back and forth game with the left, right? They're perpetuating that paradigm line. Sharky Rich says, racism will always exist as long as there's power to be had. If you remove the government tomorrow, racism, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. If you remove government, racism will end. I don't know about that. But it's a good start. It's a good start. Then we can come together and say, look, you respect my tribe, I respect your tribe. Don't transgress on my tribe. Don't trespass on my tribe. Don't hurt the people of my tribe, and I won't hurt the people of your tribe. You have your little swath of land. We'll have our swath of land. There can be an easement as long as all our cultures and bylaws and all our customs are respected. Because, I believe in voluntarism. Each tribe can have their own customs, and as long as everyone agrees with it, and if an individual doesn't agree with those laws and those customs and those, I won't say laws, the customs and the ways of life and, all that type of shit, then they can go ahead and join another tribe or go off by themselves and start their own tribe or be a nomad or do what they want to do. See, and this is the problem with government because they won't allow you to do that. Let's say I wanted to opt out of being ruled by the government, but I still wanted to stay in the United States. Let me have like 100 acres over here. Let me mind my own business. And if I want to come into town for commerce and trade, I can do that. Or if I want to just mind my own business, I can do that. And y'all leave me alone. As long as I'm not on your land, your government ran land, leave me the fuck alone. But if I step onto your land for commerce and trade and all that shit, then I have to abide by the customs and laws of your land, the customs and edicts of your land. I would be okay with that. I would be okay with government because I can remove myself, but I can't do that, and that's the big problem. And no one can do that. No one can do it because of eminent domain. Eminent domain in federal land. That's the problem. That federal land should be going to the people. There should be no federal land. There should be no federal land where we had to get a permit to do fishing, or even state land, right? These state parks, national parks, and all of this shit. That belongs to us. We pay for that. That belongs to us. So what if I wanted to go to Lake Murray and say I want to build a house right here by Lake Murray? There's no ownership here. Blah blah blah. Oh well, that's a state park. No. We're going to do is we're going to carve out this piece for me, and then the rest of it could be a state park until somebody else decides they want some land too. That's how it should work. But unfortunately, we live in the United States of America. Albert Pike. I gotta check that out. That's how it should work. There should be no federal land. It should be land that is open to anyone who wants to go stake a claim. And once you stake a claim, that's your land for as long as you can maintain it and uphold it and treat it properly, right? Because you got to do that. You got to be responsible on your land. But anyway, I'm not gonna get too much into these guys, but I mean, what I find interesting,
the news only
is it says West Virginia Karen stops black men. Now, Karen is a colloquialism for a white woman who don't mind their own business. But I have searched far and wide, and if anybody has any information on whether this woman was white, black, Hispanic, please let me know, because they have taken it upon themselves to assign a race to this woman and assign a race to all the people in that graduation party. And I couldn't find anything about the race of any of the people. But here they are, West Virginia, Karen stops black man. Why is this necessary? Why? What? Now, like I said, I believe in free speech. Do what you want. But what is the meaning behind this? What is the freedom of speech? Does not mean freedom of criticism or freedom of consequences. So I'm going to criticize this. I'm going to say why is this necessary? Why are these two words necessary? Why couldn't it be West Virginia Karen stops crazed gunman, stops black man preventing a mass shooting? Or why couldn't it say West Virginia Karen prevents mass shooting? I mean, because they are perpetuating division. You understand? That's what they're doing. They're pandering, but they're self-aware. These guys are self-aware. They know what they're doing. B. Tatum acts like he don't know. He don't understand why people think he a coon. But we're gonna get into it right now.
talks about when gun violence, it
can be detrimental to our society.
to our society. That's the only picture they paint.
Yeah.
That guns is only detrimental. What's that word?
Detrimental, man.
I like that word. That's a white man's word right there.
It sure, that's why I chose it.
Now, they're comedians, right? They're comedians, and this is the kind of talk that they're going to. They're literally comedians. They do comedy tours. They're comedians. So this is the level of rhetoric I would expect from these two, right? And I'm not offended by that. Him saying white word and all that shit. Hey, more power to you. I don't care about that. Honestly, that doesn't bother me.
Learned that from a white man the other day. They only show guns how they hurt society, but they don't show you how guns.
See, look, there's a correction that needs to be made here. Anybody know what that correction is? What they just said? Let me play that again.
Learned that from a white man the other day. They only show guns how they hurt society.
Yeah.
Can anybody correct that? They only show guns how they hurt society. We have to be real careful how we phrase things, because people aren't that smart to a degree, right? A lot of people, they're easily manipulated. He said guns, how they hurt society. Guns don't hurt society. Guns don't go out to hurt society. Guns, it's just that's not how it works. People use guns to hurt society. People use whatever to hurt society. People, not guns. Guns are not living things. They're tools. He just said a tool hurts society. That's not true. An individual has to wield the gun and use it to hurt society. But it is what it is.
They don't show you how guns help society.
Guns don't help society. Guns don't help anybody. People use guns to help themselves. People use guns to help others. It's the individual at the end of the day. It's the individual that is using the tool, that is doing the thing that they're using the tool for. This is very important, but, they're so used to the media saying it the way they say it, so now they picked it up, and this is why mainstream media is such an effective tool of propaganda.
Yeah, over 500,000. I think it's anywhere from 500,000 to 1 million times a year.
2 million.
People actually use their guns to, defend themselves.
Yeah.
There you go. People use their guns to defend themselves. That's how it should be phrased. Not, I mean, they phrase it however you want. But to say that, oh, guns hurt society, guns help society, no, it's people that use them.
Yeah. You didn't know that, did you? No, I didn't know that. I did my research.
Yeah, but this happened. We had this incident in West Virginia.
Yeah, and a whole bunch of white people up there. All them white people.
This is where it gets into the weeds. Let's see. Here's my question: why do we need more cops in schools? We don't need more cops in schools. Who is this? I see you're a moderate. You have a. It's all our land. It's just a losing of government property. Exactly. I don't know who is this. Yelching return. I see you're a moderator. You must have changed your name. Here's my question: why do we need more cops in schools if they couldn't stop? We don't need any cops. We don't need cops. Cops are pointless. A gun is only for last resort self-defense, self-preservation. Why? Why? No, it's not only for that. No. I'm in return. You should be covering Bilderberg Group meeting happening right now. I mean, Sharky Rich. You can go ahead and start a channel and talk about the Bilderberg Group. But why would I talk about the Bilderberg meeting? Do I know what they're discussing in the Bilderberg meeting? Is it an open meeting, or would I just be speculating on what they're talking about? Would I be guessing? Because it's the big bad Bilderberg Group, part of the Trilateral Commission and all this other shit. I don't know what they're talking about in the meeting, so why would I talk about that? What would I say? The Bilderberg Group is having a meeting. What are they talking about in this meeting? I don't fucking know. That's the end of the video. I know what these two are talking about. I know what these two are talking about because they're talking about it. They're not talking about what's happening in the Bilderberg meeting. Oh, yes, it's returned. Sorry, bro. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, your guns are tools, the people are the weapon. The crossbow is just as deadly, and arrows will go through somebody. It will. I agree. Who's broadcasting what they're saying? The Bilderberg Group? Well, I had no idea about their meeting. I know that the World Economic Forum had a meeting, and I know what they talked about. They talked about a lot of shit that I covered some of it. But everybody knows what they're talking about. Everybody is talking about what the WF is talking about. That's why I don't get too extensive into that, because everybody knows they're talking about transhumanism. They're talking about surveillance under the skin. They're talking about carbon footprint tracking. They're talking about how to stop the next pandemic and all. I know what they're talking about, but everybody knows. Everybody's talking about it, right? And in order to deal with that, we have to point out, in my mind, I feel like we have to point out shit like this, because this is going to create hurdles. You understand? This is the people like Bree Tatum. They're going to create close the door. Huh? All right, go talk to mommy about it. Close the door. Okay, babe, I'll be there in a minute. Okay. But people, listen, this is it. You know what I'm talking about them? 2.05 million subscribers. You know what I'm talking about him? 1.9 million subscribers. Do you know what I see? When I see the WEF videos and I see, I don't know, I don't know anything about the Bilderberg meeting, but I have an idea what I'll see. I will see people in their comment section of the WF calling them out. I've seen videos of people calling out Bill Gates. When Bill Gates speaks and he talks this crazy, like, crazy Dr. No Nonsense where he's trying to be the master of the universe and master of what everybody's doing. People are calling him out in those comment sections. They know what he's doing. You understand what I'm saying? There's already an awareness about how dangerous the WF is and with their agenda and what's his name? The head of the fucking, you know what I'm talking about, Klaus Schwab. They know. When they talk and they say this crazy shit out of their fucking mouth like, oh, nothing and be happy and all this other shit, people are calling them out. No. That's not my focus right now. My focus is this. Let's look at this comment section. The lady's a true American patriot. She should be given a special medal. Pretty stupid how anti-gun people think civilians can't use firearms for protection, especially when at the same time they think cops aren't good at their jobs. Never give up your rights because of the emotion from abortion people. Born and raised in West Virginia, glad to see the boys speaking about the state. They're not, listen, they're not calling them out on this shit. They're not saying, hey guys, how do we know it was a Karen? How do we know it was a white woman? I searched far and wide. They haven't given up the identity of this woman yet. So how do we know she's white? I don't even know. I couldn't even find whether or not the party goers were white. I know the dude was black. That's what I do know. So I want to know how they know that she's white and how the people at the party are white. Because West Virginia has a lot of white people. That's not enough for me.
Who got guns? Yeah, I have no idea why black dudes gonna go there and start shooting. Keep your ass in the inner cities in Chicago where the damn Democrats have disarmed everybody. Guns is illegal. You gonna go to West Virginia and start shooting at white people?
Them ain't nothing but
because what they're essentially saying is black people aren't in West Virginia arming themselves. That's what it sounds like. They're not literally saying that, but that's what can be interpreted from this. Oh, there's no black people in West Virginia. It's full of white people with guns, as if black people aren't in West Virginia carrying firearms or some shit. You know what I'm saying? They just made this black versus white. Because, again, I don't know if she's white. Let's see. Kevin Blake said, need 5 fingers to the face. Yeah. No, they broadcasted they're saying now. Does anybody know if this woman who killed this dude was white, and if the party girl was white? I can't tell you that. From what I've looked at, from what I've researched, all the news organizations that have covered it have not mentioned anything about any race except for the dude that did the shooting, and they only showed the picture. They didn't say it's a black guy, but here they are. Oh, this black man. Stop black man. Ooh, yeah. Like, come on, dude. This is the type of shit that will continue the division. When they have such a huge voice, they could be doing a lot greater things with their voice than perpetuating the race bullshit. Shit that they like. They also like to point out how people focus too much on race. But here they are, focusing on race, acting like only white people in West Virginia carry firearms legally.
White Republicans are bad. I think every woman's got like at least 3 pistols.
Now, I know they're joking. I know this is comedy, right? know this is comedy, but again, we don't know if the woman was white. One can assume, unless they have some information from a birdie or something like that in the West Virginia Police Department, I don't know how they could make that assertion.
Pistols in their purse.
Right,
They got a pistol in their panties.
Yeah.
They got a pistol in their bra.
They got it in the boots.
Man, they got
Shit,
pistols.
they use damn guns as high rollers when they go to sleep. You talking West Virginia here, and then you black. There ain't too many black people in West Virginia. You walking up and looking like a thug. They're like, wait a minute, whose nigga is this?
I mean, it's comedy, right?
Who is
I'm
this
not worried
dude?
about that part.
Yeah. Let me show you the news story. Check it out.
Man, we sound like some damn Uncle Toms in here.
Hear 'em? We sound like some damn Uncle Toms. That is the level of self-awareness that these guys have. They know what they sound like. They know what they're doing. And at least they're self-aware. They get a kick out of it. You know what I'm saying? And we know we can't rely on them for the freedom movement. Not to any great extent. Because they are self-aware. They know that they sound like some goddamn Uncle Toms right now. They know. They know what they're doing. They know that they're perpetuating this race bullshit. They know it. You see? But B. Tatum will never let you know. He will never be self-aware. But they are self-aware. Which, hey, it is what it is.
Carry a lawful firearm, okay? A law-abiding citizen who stopped the threat of probably 20 to 30 people getting killed. She engaged the threat and stopped it. She didn't run from the threat, she engaged it. Preventing it.
She, a citizen, law-abiding citizen, whatever. He didn't say a white woman. Nowhere have I read did it say there was a white woman that did this, or a white group of people.
Casualty here in Charleston.
Now, this is a picture from 2018 of Butler from a previous arrest. Police say Butler had an extensive criminal history. They still are not exactly sure how he got that gun. Now, all witnesses and the woman are cooperating with police. And
all the witnesses and the woman. No one saying anything about white women, white witnesses.
as of right now, no charges are being brought against that woman.
Yeah. Hey, you asshole.
Against that woman. No one said that she's white.
With these background checks. I mean, you should have to go through a background check, but a background check.
You hear what he just said? He said that we should be infringed. He just said that our right to keep and bear arms should be infringed. This is another reason we can't count on them for the freedom movement. They believe in background checks. Even though he's about to acknowledge that the background check wouldn't have fucking worked. So this is an infringement lover. This guy right here.
Being brought against that woman.
He just said there should be background checks. Look at these guys' hats. 1776. Take that shit off. Freedom is my second favorite. Get that shit out of here. Take this shit off. You just said there should be background checks. And that's why we have the amount of infringements we have. It was a black woman, Sharky Rich. Oh, I didn't know that. See that? You have a link. I have half of mine to make you a moderator, so I can get a link. Let me get Kelvin. You've been in here. You've been a subscriber for a minute. Let me give you a moderator. A wrench. Although you don't have a. I agree, Sharky Rich. He said, Sharky Rich says, I insulted the twins because they attacked the Confederate flag, calling it racist. It's a flag, right? A flag can't be racist. See, you see how they do this? This is how people, how do you vilify an inanimate object? A Confederate flag is just a fucking flag. It's a symbol. Just like the swastika. It's a symbol. And it's not even native to Germany. It's a fucking Indian. It's an East Indian symbol. from thousands of years ago. That Nazi symbol, the swastika, is not even did not originate in Germany. These are just symbols, right? A symbol cannot be racist. A Confederate flag cannot be racist. It can be used to represent something that the person who's waving it wants it to represent. But at the end of the day, it's that person holding that flag. If that motherfucker's racist and he's using it as a symbol of racism, he's the racist, not the flag. So I would agree with that. But at the end of the day, this guy said there should be background checks.
Yeah.
Hey, you assholes with these background checks. I mean,
You assholes with these background checks. And then what he about to say?
you should have to go through a background check, but
Why? Why should you go do a background check? Do you think Dennis, the fucking shooter here, did he go through a background check? Hell no, he did not go through a background check. So what are you talking about?
a background check is not the end all be all.
It's not a nothing all. It's nothing at all. A background check ain't gonna do shit. A background check ain't gonna do shit but infringe. It stalls the process of you. You want to make a purchase, right? You want to buy something for somebody that has to sell that something. Oh, you got to go through back. That's an infringement. I can't just give you the money that it costs for me to own it. I have to go through a back. That's an infringement. Period. And background checks don't stop nobody from shooting nobody.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean if you to get buy a weapon you have to get a background check. Like this dude, convicted felon.
Yeah.
How he get this gun? He didn't get a background check.
Yeah, lifelong criminal. I don't even know why he's on
But you believe in background checks? What?
the street.
Yeah. But he's got an AR. They don't know how he got it. And he starts spraying this event with all these people. And luckily this woman had a pistol, took it out, put a bullet.
She shot him a lot, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think she might have emptied the clip in his ass.
Like when I shoot, if I see you got an AR and you spraying bullets, I'm gonna pop you, hit the ground.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop shooting.
You're gonna be on the ground still shaking because I'm putting bullets in your ass.
Yeah, I ain't gonna stop until I hear someone go click. I'm out of bullets.
Yeah.
Especially if you're pointing your weapon, AR-15.
There's kids there?
There's kids there, and you're shooting into a crowd indiscriminately. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop shooting until I'm out of bullets.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand. Like when that happened in Buffalo, it's like the guy. I guess he surrendered, but
Yeah, I still don't understand why the police let people. You walk into a grocery store with body armor with AR-15, you shooting people indiscriminately.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you an opportunity to surrender.
well, if he puts his gun down,
No. It happened after I shot.
yeah,
It was like simultaneously, you know?
Yeah.
I shot, he gave up, it was too late, the bullets already flying, so
yeah.
honest mistake.
Good question. Why did the Buffalo?
Yeah,
Hey,
shooter
but
not-
y'all should learn from this.
Why didn't they kill the Buffalo shooter? Good question.
Joe Biden, hey man, take your phone off the table, man. You can hear that shit.
Yeah, but the news.
But Joe Biden, Democrats, they're not going to share this story with you. This should be on CNN, MSNBC,
Yeah.
ABC, CBS. Should be everywhere.
You say MSNBC?
I already said that.
Should be on NPR? Should be everywhere.
PBS. But you're not going to hear that because they have an agenda. They have an agenda to disarm the populace of the United States of America.
They want their dream is to have get Trudeau, somebody like Trudeau in office here in America, and get out there and just start banning guns and
Yeah, you start sharing these stories, what's going on in inner cities and success stories like this brave woman.
Yeah.
It encourages people to arm themselves. They're not going to show you this. They want to disarm everybody, not because they want to save kids' lives. They want a certain type of society here in America. That's why.
So
All right. See, they're aware of this. Hold on. They're aware of this. Hold on. Let me read a couple comments. The more I hear it and the people, the more I realize how fake the world is. It's sad, man. Jay Great says the swastika is a chest plate of the Sphinx in Egypt, where the pyramids are. That's where they came from. Hey, I didn't know that. If that's what it is, that's what it is. But it's a symbol, man. Anybody can use a symbol for whatever he wants it for. But they're aware of this. Look what they just said.
They want
and get out there and just start banning guns and
Yeah, you start sharing these stories, what's going on in inner cities and success. Should be everywhere.
you say MSNBC
Or is it
should be on NPR, should be everywhere.
PBS? But you're not going to hear that because they have an agenda. They have an agenda to disarm the populace of the United States of America.
They want their dream is to have get Trudeau, somebody like Trudeau in office here in America, and get out there and just start banning guns and
Yeah, you start sharing these stories, what's going on in inner cities and
You see, they have this awareness. They know this. They know who the true enemy is. But they put shit up like this. You know, it might seem like a small thing, but it's not. It's not. Because this is what they should be focusing on if they were really about freedom. If you're going to wear that shirt, freedom is my second favorite F word.
in success.
Then, I mean, yeah, you could talk about shit like this. Talk about the West Virginia shooting. Talk about all this shit. But the focus is going to be on how the black man got
like
killed
this,
by a white parent. And you talking about white people ain't nothing but it's mostly white folks with guns in West Virginia, blah blah blah. Like, what is that? Come on, man.
Brave woman.
Yeah.
It encourages people to arm themselves. They're not going to show you this. They want to disarm everybody, not because they want to save kids' lives. They want a certain type of society here in America. That's why
socialist. The government
they
runs
want
everything.
to be your mommy and daddy.
Yeah, but guns in the right hands is the answer.
Yeah, cars in the right hands is the answer. But if you put a car in the hands of somebody that's bad, they can do harm with it, no matter what the object is.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, you got to tell these people. Some stupid ass people out here, man. These people don't.
They are. And look, there's people on the left. Even that type of shit. You want that at this point. Even though you're joking and cracking jokes, you're comedians. You just dismissed half the population of people. You just dismissed half the population of people by putting all the onus on the left to not be stupid. But there's stupid people on the right too. There's stupid people on the top. There's stupid people on the bottom.
I mean, these people are brain dead.
Guns in the hands of good people is the answer. And you want to disarm people like this woman who saved countless lives? Y'all want to disarm law-abiding citizens?
You want to disarm? You want to disarm Karen?
Yeah, you don't want to disarm law-abiding citizens because this criminal, even though there's laws in place, it didn't stop him.
Yeah,
but y'all don't get it, do you?
They think background checks prevents crimes. You don't.
Good criminals. I'm stating the obvious. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir because I know our fans. Y'all got brains, but y'all don't understand. Criminals don't care about laws. Why do you think stuff like this happen at schools? Because it's a soft target. Democrats literally ban guns on school campuses.
That's why you see all these mass shootings at schools because they're easy targets.
Yeah, criminals know. Oh, they ban guns. You can't even have. You don't supposed to have a gun. I'm gonna go here.
All right. I'm done with this. But see, y'all see what I'm saying. I hope, I'm trying to convey a message here. If you really want to stop the division, if you really want us to focus on the real enemy, right? The real enemy of the people, right? The tyrants, the oppressors.
Yeah, that's why they do it.
Then I would suggest that maybe instead of taking this approach, especially the approach this guy took, then maybe you should think about what you really want, right? Are you really about freedom, or are you really about focusing on who the real enemy is when you want to completely shit on an entire group of people that you belong to?
Black people don't get shot by the...
Just to continue to pander and keep, your base happy. Anyway, that's all I got for now, guys. Much love, like, share, subscribe, and let's keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.